You will not be able to find peace if your mind continues to dwell in resentment. How can you expect to feel happiness in the present if you keep choosing to carry anger and resentment? Bitter thoughts cannot blossom into joy. And even if you feel you are right, even if what you went through hurt, if you cling to the past, you will be locking yourself in a prison with no way out. Forgiving yourself and forgiving is the key that opens the door to your emotional freedom. You don't do it for them, you do it for you, because you deserve to live lightly, in peace and in love. Sometimes we feel that life is not moving forward, as if we were trapped in the same spot again and again, and without realizing it, that feeling usually has a root. Something within us has not yet been forgiven. When we don't live the present fully, it's because something from the past still hurts. Maybe a memory that weighs us down, an unresolved guilt, a fear that repeats itself, or a sadness that we silence. It can also be that anger we disguise as strength, or that internal criticism that gives us no respite. All of that, resentment, rigidity, even the desire for revenge, are signs that we are still chained to what was. But we are not made to live in yesterday. We are here to let go, heal, and choose ourselves again. The only place where you can create a different future is here and now, but if you continue to live from the past, with your heart trapped in what was, you are denying yourself the power of the present. It is in this moment, and only in this moment, where your thoughts and your words have true strength. Do not continue to allow the wounds of yesterday to draw the path of your tomorrow, and above all, do not give away your power by blaming others, because when you do that, you are giving them the control of your inner world. Taking responsibility for what you feel is not blaming yourself, it is freeing yourself, and that is an act of love towards yourself. There are people who awaken uncomfortable emotions in us, but the truth is that they did not enter our mind. They were not the ones who installed the buttons that make us react today. Those buttons were already there, and that's where true power begins, when we stop pointing outward and start observing what moves within. Taking responsibility for what we feel is not weakness, it is emotional mastery. It is consciously choosing how to respond instead of living by reacting on impulse. And that choice is freedom, it is transformation, it is returning to yourself. Many times forgiveness can seem confusing. Some people believe that forgiving is the same as accepting what happened or justifying what was done to them, but that's not the case. Forgiving doesn't mean you agree with the harm you received, or that you should allow it to be repeated. Forgiveness happens within you, it has nothing to do with the other person. It's a gift you give yourself to stop carrying an energy that hurts you, an emotion that you might, without realizing it, had held on to for a long time. Forgiving is not weakness, it is liberation, and letting go doesn't mean that person must remain in your life, but that you choose not to continue being at war with yourself. Today I open my heart inward and receive myself with love. I choose to let go of resentment and allow myself to love without fear. I listen to myself with tenderness. My emotions are signals, not enemies. Every part of me deserves to be understood, not judged. The past no longer directs my life. Today I decide from the present. Setting boundaries is not a selfish act, it is a profound form of self-love. Adopting a firm stance from calm and clarity is sometimes the most loving thing you can do, not only for yourself, but also for the other person. Because boundaries are not punishments, they are bridges to healthier, more honest and conscious relationships. And when you set them from love, not from fear, you are honoring your worth and teaching the other how you deserve to be treated. No matter how deep your reasons for holding a grudge are, you can transcend them. You are not condemned to carry that weight forever. You have the power to choose. You can stay anchored in pain repeating the same stories, or you can give yourself the greatest gift, forgive, let go, and open the door to a lighter, fuller, more your own life, because you do have that power. You are free to write a new chapter every time you decide to, and today can be that day. If you feel that something within you still needs to be released, take a moment, breathe deeply, and if you wish, repeat these affirmations with me to help you forgive and let go from the heart. Today I open my heart inward and receive myself with love. I choose to let go of resentment and allow myself to love without fear. I listen to myself with tenderness. My emotions are signals, not enemies. Every part of me deserves to be understood, not judged. The past no longer directs my life. Today I decide from the present. My thoughts now are seeds of a different future. I no longer identify with the role of victim. I reclaim my power and my ability to transform everything. I give myself permission to let go of what no longer serves me and walk with confidence toward the new. The help I need always arrives at the perfect moment. I am surrounded by support, care, and true love. There is no wound that conscious love cannot heal. I am open to healing. I am ready to forgive and free myself. Everything is taking its place. When I make a mistake, I recognize it as part of my path of evolution. Every mistake brings me closer to my truth. I transition from forgiveness to understanding, and from there compassion is born. Every day gives me a new possibility. What was no longer has power over me. Today is the first step towards the future I deserve. The old patterns no longer define me. I can release them with lightness. Forgiveness lives within me. I am kind, I am sensitive, I am love, and I know deeply that life supports me. By embracing my own shadows, it becomes easier to understand those of others. I accept my family as they are, because I am also learning to love without conditions. I forgive myself for not having known more, for not having been able to do more. I did the best I could with what I had at that moment. I am not here to change anyone. I allow others to be who they are, and I embrace myself just as I am. Today I release myself with gentleness and firmness from the traumas of my childhood. I don't need to keep living from that pain. I choose to dwell in love. I understand that I am not responsible for the lives of others. Each one walks according to their own conscience. I return to the essential, the forgiveness that lightens, the courage that drives, the gratitude that elevates, the love that transforms, and the humor that returns us to the soul. Every person who crosses my path has something to teach me. Nothing is by chance. Everything has a purpose. Today I release from the deepest part of me those who hurt me in the past. I no longer carry their energy. I let them go in peace and with love. I trust that every change that is coming is a blessing in disguise. I am safe. I am guided. I am on my path. What we have just shared are not just words. They are seeds sown in the heart. Every affirmation is an act of self-love, a step towards healing, a caress to the wounded soul that once believed it had to carry everything. To forgive, to let go, to embrace, to accept yourself is not a destination. It is a path that we travel every day with compassion, with courage, and with the certainty that we deserve to live in peace. Because when you choose to heal, you are choosing to return to yourself. And there, right there, true freedom begins. If you feel it within you, repeat these affirmations of love and relationships with me. Allow each word to remind you of what you deserve and what you are ready to attract from your fullness. Do it slowly, feeling each phrase as a truth that awakens within you. I am open to receiving a true, healthy, and reciprocal love, a love that arrives effortlessly, because it is born from the love that already lives within me. I relate from freedom, not from need. I listen, I observe, and I love with presence. I choose to see people with the eyes of the soul, without judgments or expectations. I no longer chase love. I attract it with my energy, with my truth, with my light. I trust that love arrives when I am ready to sustain it from emotional maturity. I don't have to beg for love, because I am love. Every day I love myself more, and from that place I share the best of me with those around me. If I choose a partner, it will be someone with whom I expand, grow, and flourish. We choose each other from freedom, not from emptiness. Today I choose to give love, but above all I choose myself. I enjoy love in all its forms, and I recognize it in the small details of every day. I look at myself with tenderness, and I remind myself, I love you deeply, without conditions. I deserve to live full, true, and joyful relationships. I am ready to receive the best that life has for me. The love I give and the love I receive have the power to transform. When we choose to love with consciousness, we are planting peace in the world. Love is everywhere and also within me. I am surrounded by affection, beauty, well-being, and everything is in balance. My heart is open, but protected by my self-love. My words build bridges, not walls. If I share my life with someone, it is with a being who honors me, respects me, and chooses me every day. In the deepest part of me lives an infinite love that is born from my truth, and from there I can only attract relationships that reflect that fullness. I walk from a space of love that is born in the deepest part of my heart. I trust that true love opens paths, soothes wounds, and transforms realities. I feel at peace with who I am, and from that authenticity I radiate an energy that attracts sincere bonds. Wherever I go, I find people who receive me with warmth and respect. I feel secure in my relationships because I no longer relate from fear, but from trust. I give love with generosity, and I receive it with gratitude. I only allow relationships in my life that nourish, add, and make me grow. I deserve to be treated with gentleness, dignity, and consideration, and I know that this love already exists in my reality because I recognize it in every gesture, in every encounter, in every embrace from the universe. Deep and conscious connections illuminate my path and reflect the love that I already am. These affirmations are not just phrases, they are acts of love that remind us who we are when we let go of fear, judgment, and the past. Each word spoken is a thread that mends, heals, and returns us to our center. We have planted seeds of self-love, consciousness, and new possibilities. And even though change doesn't always feel immediate, each repetition is a step towards a fuller, freer, and more peaceful life. Because when we speak with love, we are rewriting ourselves, and when we choose to believe in these truths, we are choosing ourselves. And there, right there, everything begins. One of the most powerful practices to heal the relationship with yourself is to look at yourself in the eyes, in the mirror, not to judge yourself, not to correct yourself, but to recognize yourself, to reconnect with that part of you that just wants to be seen and loved. Look at your reflection, and even if it's hard, tell yourself gently, I see you, I accept you, I love you just as you are. It may make you uncomfortable at first, you may not believe it, but if you do it with consistency and honesty, something in you will begin to change. Because when you start treating yourself with love, self-respect flourishes naturally, and from that place, any change you wish to make will be an act of love, not punishment, a step towards the best version of yourself, guided by tenderness, not by demand. The love you are looking for is not outside, it has always lived within you, and the more you treat yourself with affection, with respect, and with tenderness, the more naturally you will attract relationships that reflect that same love. Start by choosing new words to speak to yourself, words that lift you, that reconnect you with your worth, with your essence, with your deserving. Remind yourself every day how valuable you are, and all the good you deserve to receive, because when you believe it, life also believes it with you. Repeat these affirmations of self-esteem with me. Allow each word to anchor itself within you as a truth that belongs to you. I am light, strength, and presence, and I am here to live with fullness. I feel capable, safe, and sufficient in every situation I face. I choose to look at myself with kindness, speak to myself with respect, and value myself without conditions. I deserve my own love, and I give it to myself every day. I trust myself, my judgment, and my decisions. I recognize my personal power and use it with wisdom and love. I can express my truth with firmness and tranquility, without fear. What others think or say does not define who I am. The only thing that matters is what I decide to believe about myself. I breathe deeply, and with each exhalation I release the tension. My body relaxes, my mind quiets, my heart finds peace. I allow myself to be present in this instant without demands, without hurry, and from this calm I recognize that I am worthy of love here and now. Others accept me, value me, see me, but above all I accept myself just as I am. Today I choose to look at the world with new eyes, the eyes of love, of compassion, of understanding. Everything is well in my world, even when there are challenges, because I am at peace with myself. My self-esteem grows every time I honor myself, respect myself, put myself first. I no longer need to struggle to feel I am worth something. I no longer have to suffer to grow. I am willing to let go of every pattern that limits me and open myself to a new way of living. I deserve the good, the beautiful, the true. I deserve joy, abundance, tenderness, expansion, and I know that life can be wonderful because every day my reality is transformed. I trust in tomorrow. I receive each new hour as a sacred opportunity to create, to love, to be, and in this moment I give myself permission to flourish. I don't need to prove anything to be worthy. I am neither less nor more than anyone else. I simply am, and that is enough. Today I release the pressure to please, to fit in, to justify who I am. I walk from a place of calm knowing that my worth does not depend on the gaze of others. I choose not to allow anything external to alter my peace. Not a person, not a situation, not a word has the power to take me out of my center unless I allow it. Today I choose to be at peace. I breathe deeply, and I trust. I trust in myself, in my intuition, in my ability to solve any challenge that life presents me, and above all I trust that life supports me. Every step I take is supported. I am accompanied, guided and supported in all possible ways, and that is enough for me to move forward with faith, with serenity, and with gratitude. My mind is aligned with healthy, positive and loving thoughts, and that is reflected in everything around me, in my relationships, in my decisions, in my way of living. I keep moving forward step by step, trusting that I am protected and guided by a higher wisdom that always accompanies me. I know I am safe. I accept others just as they are, without wanting to change them, and I allow them to accept me from the truth of who I am. I recognize myself as a valuable, complete, capable person, and that makes me feel at peace with myself. I am deeply grateful for this life, for everything I have lived, and everything that is yet to come. I only have one life, and I choose to live it fully. I choose to enjoy, love, create, feel, experience with an open heart. Within me dwell the self-esteem, the power and the clarity I need to build a full, conscious and loving life. Everything is well because I am at peace. Remember this with an open heart. Once you have made your affirmations, once you have planted that seed with clear and loving intention, it is time to let go. You have already decided what you want. You have already affirmed it with your thoughts, with your words, even with your emotions. Now it is time to trust. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means knowing that you did your part, and that from here on the universe can do its. Allow the laws of life to act in your favor. Allow what is for you to find its way to you, without interference, without anxiety, without forcing. When you worry about how it will happen, you start to block the flow. It is not your job to solve the details. You don't have to control every step. Your only task is to hold your energy, stay open and stay aligned with what you want. The universe, which is infinitely wiser than you, already knows the one possible ways to make what you ask for a reality. And the best thing of all is that many times it will do it in ways that you couldn't even have imagined. So trust, let go with faith and get ready, because what is yours is already on its way. If something you want is slow to manifest, pause and ask yourself honestly, is there something in me that still doubts if I really deserve it? Sometimes what holds you back is not the desire, but the beliefs that contradict it in silence. Many of those beliefs are not yours. You inherited them, you heard them as a child, you absorbed them without realizing it. Ideas like love hurts, nothing good comes without effort, or you have to sacrifice yourself to succeed, may have been engraved in the deepest part of your mind, and even if you no longer repeat them out loud, they can continue to act from the shadows. That's why, when something gets stuck, it's not always a no. Sometimes it's an invitation to look inside, to clean, to heal, because deserving is not about being perfect. Deserving is remembering that the good is also for you, without struggle, without guilt, without anyone's permission. Free yourself from that mental inheritance that, without realizing it, has limited your abundance. You are not here to repeat stories of scarcity, exhaustion, effort, or suffering as a bargaining chip. You are here to create something new, something of your own. Open your life to the flow of good. Allow yourself to receive without guilt, move forward without fear, and enjoy without conditions. And if you stumble on the path, don't punish yourself, don't judge yourself. You are learning a new language, the language of self-love, of full trust, and of faith that life can be kinder to you. Every step, every mistake, every attempt is part of the process of remembering who you truly are, of being worthy,
go ahead. Take a
abundant,
look.
and deeply capable of creating a reality in harmony with your soul. Remember it
Today is
always,
full moon, so I
even
try
in
to
your
take some
best
picture and
moments.
videos.
Life doesn't stop here. However beautiful your present is, there is still more to discover, to feel, to live. The universe has no limits, and neither do you. It is waiting, not with haste or with judgment, but with infinite patience. It waits for your mind, your heart, and your energy to align with the greatness that already belongs to you. And when that happens, everything begins to flow, not in a magical way, but naturally, coherently, precisely. Because when you stop resisting and start trusting, the pieces fall into place. The doors open and the impossible becomes real. Yes, it is possible. Yes, you can. We all can if we are willing to take that conscious step towards what we deserve. Do the inner work, bet on yourself, cultivate your faith. You will not regret it, because when you change, your whole world begins to reflect that change, and without realizing it, you find yourself living the life you once only dared to imagine.
No,
If any of
please
these
go ahead.
affirmations
Take a look.
touched your heart, I would love to read you in the comments. Tell me, what was the phrase that
Today is full
resonated
moon,
the
so I
most
try to
with
take
you?
some picture
Your
and videos.
experience can inspire others as well. And if this content helped you reconnect with yourself, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell to continue receiving more messages of love, healing, and transformation. Here you will find many more videos full of value, consciousness, and light to accompany you on your path. Thank you for being here, for giving yourself this space, for choosing yourself. I send you a very big hug, one of those that envelop the soul, and I sincerely hope you have a beautiful day, full of peace, self-love, and magic. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, please go ahead. Take a look.
We're glad that you being here too.
Today is full moon, so I try to take some picture and videos.
The symbiotic relationship of forgiveness. The greatest act of kindness you can offer to others is the kindness you first give yourself. When you hold on to self-blame and regret, that emotional tension inevitably leaks into your relationships. It can manifest as defensiveness, a need for control, or an inability to truly be present with others. You can only give from the place of fullness you have cultivated within. Forgiveness, therefore, is not a solitary act. It is a bridge. When you make peace with your own past, you simultaneously create the inner space needed to extend genuine, unconditional forgiveness to those who have hurt you. You stop seeing them as perpetual villains and start seeing them as human beings who, like you, were doing the best they could with the awareness they had. This is not to say that their actions were acceptable, but that you are no longer chained to the
Please go
story
ahead.
of what happened.
Take a look.
Your liberation is what empowers you to release them from your emotional prison.
Today is full
You
moon,
let
so
go
I
of the
try to
need
take
for
some
them
picture
to
and videos.
apologize, to change, or to suffer, because your peace no longer depends on their actions. You realize that the freedom you are seeking is found not in their repentance, but in your own conscious choice to release the burden. This profound act of self-forgiveness transforms your ability to connect with others, creating a ripple effect of compassion and understanding that begins and ends with you. The courage of conscious boundaries self-love isn't just about soft affirmations and gentle self-talk. It's about the courageous act of setting conscious boundaries. A boundary is a clear statement of what you will and will not accept in your life, relationships, and from yourself. It's a line drawn from a place of deep respect, not from anger or punishment. It is the loving act of protecting your energy, your time, and your peace. Setting a boundary can feel uncomfortable, even selfish, at first, especially if you have a history of
No,
people
please,
pleasing.
go
But
ahead.
remember,
Take a look.
you can't pour from an empty cup. Honoring your own needs is the first step toward
Today is
being
full
able
moon,
to
so I
show
try
up
to take
fully
some
for
picture and
others
videos.
without resentment. By clearly communicating your limits, you are not pushing people away. You are inviting them into a healthier, more honest relationship with you. You are teaching them how to treat you by example, showing them that your self-worth is non-negotiable. This is an act of love for yourself and for them, as it encourages authenticity and discourages codependency. When you stand firm in your boundaries, you reclaim your power and dignity. You are saying, I value myself enough to protect my well-being. And that message is a clear vibration that attracts respect and healthy connections. The magnetism of self-worth, your reality, is a direct reflection of your inner beliefs, and nowhere is this more evident than in your sense of self-worth. You can desire abundance, love, and success all you want, but if you hold a subconscious belief that you don't truly deserve them, you will unconsciously push them away. This is because abundance is not something you attract by chasing.
Go ahead. Take a
It's
look.
something you allow into your life from a place of genuine belief in your own value.
Today is
Your
full moon,
self-worth
so I
is the
try to take some
magnetic
picture and
field that
videos.
draws in your experiences. When you invest in your self-esteem, not through external validation, but through internal work like self-forgiveness and setting boundaries, you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. You stop acting from a place of lack or desperation, and instead you operate from a place of inherent worth. You no longer need to prove yourself to others. You no longer seek external approval to feel complete. From this place of fullness you become a magnet for the very things you desire. The universe doesn't respond to your desperate pleas, it responds to your energy. When you embody the feeling of being worthy, the universe simply mirrors that back to you in every aspect of your life, from the relationships you attract to the opportunities that find their way to you. Weaving the threads of transformation, the beautiful truth is that these three acts, self-forgiveness, setting boundaries, and cultivating self-worth, are not separate practices. They are deeply interwoven
go
threads
ahead.
of the
Take
same
a look.
transformative tapestry. When you forgive yourself, you strengthen your self-worth.
Today is full
When you
moon, so I
honor
try
your
to take
worth,
some picture
you
and
have the
videos.
courage to set a boundary. When you set a boundary, you create the space to practice more self-forgiveness. It's a virtuous cycle of growth and healing, a spiral that leads you ever closer to your true, most authentic self. This journey requires constant attention and conscious choices, but the rewards are immeasurable. You are not just changing your life, you are changing your entire reality from the inside out. You are the architect of your destiny, and every moment is an opportunity to choose love over fear, acceptance over judgment, and freedom over resentment. You have the power to create a life that not only looks beautiful from the outside, but feels peaceful and whole from within. What is one small step you can take today to honor one of these three principles in your own life? The relationship between self-worth and abundance. The concept of abundance is often misunderstood. We tend to think of it only in terms of money or material possessions. But true abundance is a
go ahead.
holistic state
Take a look.
of being. It is the feeling that you are enough, that you have enough, and that you
Today
are
is full
deserving
moon,
of
so I try to
everything
take
life
some
has
picture
to
and videos.
offer. From love and joy to material wealth and meaningful connections. This feeling is not created by external circumstances. It is born from a deep-seated belief in your self-worth. Your inner world is a mirror of your outer reality. If you believe you are unworthy, or that good things are hard to get, you will unconsciously create situations that prove those beliefs true. You are a powerful creator, and your thoughts are the seeds you plant in the garden of your life. To truly attract abundance, you must first tend to the soil of your mind. You have to pull out the weeds of limiting beliefs and nourish the ground with affirmations of your worth. This is not just a mental exercise, it is an energetic shift. When you move from a mindset of lack to one of sufficiency and gratitude, your vibration changes. You stop chasing and start attracting. This is the simple but profound truth. The universe responds not to your desperate pleas, but to your
Sorry.
confident,
No,
calm, and
please,
open
please, go
energy.
ahead.
By
Take a
doing
look.
the inner work to cultivate your self-worth, you become a magnet for all forms of
Today is full
abundance.
moon, so
You
I
will
try to
find
take
that
some picture and
opportunities
videos.
appear effortlessly, money flows more easily, and relationships become more fulfilling. The external world simply begins to reflect the richness you have cultivated within. The power of conscious manifestation. Once you have done the work of building your self-worth, you are ready to engage in conscious manifestation. This is not about wishing on a star. It is an active collaboration with the universe. It begins with clarity. You must know what you truly desire, not just what you think you should want. Your desires are whispers from your soul, guiding you toward your true purpose and joy. Listen to them and give them form by writing them down with detail and emotion. Feel the feeling of already having what you want. This emotional connection is a vital part of the process, as it aligns your energy with your desires. After you have set your intention, the most crucial step is to let go and trust. This is where most people get stuck. They set an intention, but then immediately
Sorry.
start worrying
No,
about
please,
the how.
please, go
They
ahead.
try to
Take a
control
look.
every detail, forcing things to happen instead of allowing them to unfold.
Today is
When
full
you
moon,
do
so I
this,
try
you
to
block
take some
the
picture and
natural flow
videos.
of life. It's like planting a seed and then digging it up every day to see if it's growing. Your job is to plant the seed, water it with faith, and trust that the universe knows the best way to make it grow. The how is not your responsibility. Your only job is to stay aligned with your desires, to take inspired action when it feels right, and to trust that what is meant for you is already on its way. This trust is an act of profound faith in yourself and in the intelligence of the universe. The art of receiving. We are often taught that it is better to give than to receive. While giving is a beautiful act, an inability to receive can create a significant energetic block. If you have a hard time accepting compliments, help, or gifts, you are sending a signal to the universe that you are not worthy of receiving. This can unconsciously push away the very things you are trying to attract. To open the floodgates of abundance, you must practice the art of receiving with grace
Sorry.
and gratitude.
No, please, please,
Start
go ahead.
small. When
Take a look.
someone offers you a compliment, simply
We're glad
say,
that you
thank
be
you,
here.
instead of deflecting it with a
Today is full
self-critical
moon, so I
remark.
try to take
When a
some
friend
picture and
offers
videos.
help, accept it with a grateful heart. By practicing this, you are retraining your energy to say, yes, I am worthy of this kindness. As you get better at receiving the small things, you will find it easier to receive the big ones. Abundance is a constant exchange of energy, and to be in a state of flow, you must be willing to both give and receive. When you can do this with ease and grace, you become a conduit for all the good that life has to offer. Entiendo que busca contexto más largo y detallado que profundis en el tema de la abundancia. Me centraré en expander el concepto de mentalidad de la abundancia, y cómo se manifiesta en las diferentes áreas de la vida más allá de la vida más allá de lo económico. The abundance mindset, shifting from scarcity to sufficiency. The core of true abundance lies not in what you have, but in your mindset. A scarcity mindset is a deep-seated belief that there isn't
Sorry.
enough to go
No,
around,
please, go
not
ahead.
enough money,
Take a look.
love, time, or opportunities.
We're glad
This
that you
belief
be
system
here.
is like a closed fist.
Today is
It
full
holds
moon,
on
so I
tightly
try to
to
take
what
some
it
picture and
has
videos.
is unable to receive new things. It creates a state of constant fear and competition, where you see others' successes as a threat to your own. This way of thinking keeps you in a continuous state of lack, even if you are surrounded by blessings. In contrast, an
Jeez.
abundance mindset is an open hand. It operates from a place of sufficiency, believing that there is plenty for everyone, including you. It is a state of gratitude for what you have, and a confident expectation that more good things are on their way. When you embrace this mindset, you begin to see life as a flow of energy. You give freely, knowing that what you give will return to you in new forms. You celebrate others' wins, because you see their success as proof that abundance is real and available to all. This fundamental shift in perception is the single most powerful tool for transforming your reality. It is the switch that turns on the light of possibilities. The three pillars of abundance.
No, please, go ahead. Take a look.
You must focus on
We're
three
glad
key
that you'll be
pillars.
here.
1. Abundance in love
Today is
and
full moon, so I
relationships.
try to take
Love
some
is a
picture and
form of
videos.
currency, and the richest people in the world are not those with the most money, but those with the most love. A scarcity mindset in relationships leads to clinging, jealousy, and the fear of abandonment. It makes you believe that love is a limited resource that you
Jeez.
must fight for. An abundance mindset, however, knows that love is infinite. It allows you to give and receive affection freely, without keeping score. It enables you to trust that the right people will enter your life, and that true connections are built on freedom, not on neediness. You stop chasing love and start radiating it, becoming a beacon that attracts people who are ready to give and receive in the same way. 2. Abundance in time and energy. Another common scarcity belief is that there is never enough time. This leads to a frantic, hurried existence, where you are always rushing from one task to the next. An abundance mindset understands that time is not linear.
Sorry.
No,
but a
please,
precious
go ahead.
resource to be
Take a look.
used with intention. It allows you to
We're
be
glad
fully
that you'll be
present
here.
in each moment.
Today is
recognizing
full
that
moon, so
every
I try
minute
to
you
take some
spend on
picture and
joy,
videos.
rest, and passion is an investment in your well-being. By managing your energy rather than just your time, you feel more productive and fulfilled. You learn to say no to things that drain you, and yes to things that light you up.
That is beautiful.
Creating a life that feels spacious and
Jeez.
rich. 3. Abundance in health and well-being. Your body is your most valuable asset, yet we often treat it as if it's an afterthought. A scarcity mindset views health as something to be managed only when it fails, leading to stress, burnout, and a disconnect from your body's wisdom. An abundance mindset sees your health as a continuous journey of nourishment and care. It inspires you to listen to your body, to feed it with healthy foods, to move it with joy, and to rest it with purpose. When you prioritize your well-being, you are not being selfish. You are demonstrating a profound respect for your life. This respect and care for yourself create a vibrant energy
Sorry.
that allows you
No,
to show
please,
up fully
go
in the
ahead.
world.
Take a look.
Enjoy the other forms of abundance
We're
you
glad
are
that you'll
inviting.
be
The
here.
practice of conscious
Today
co-creation,
is full moon,
true
so I try to
abundance
take
is
some
not
picture and
something that
videos.
happens to you. It is something you co-create. The universe provides the raw materials, but you are the artist. Every conscious thought, every act of gratitude, and every choice you make is a stroke of the brush on the canvas of your life. The path to abundance is not about working harder or striving more. It's about shifting your perception and aligning your energy with what you want to receive. So how do you put this into practice? Start with gratitude. End each day by writing down 3 things you are grateful for. This simple act trains your brain to look for blessings instead of lack. Next, practice radical self-acceptance. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes and celebrate your progress. Finally, choose to trust. Trust that what you desire is already on its way and that you are worthy of it. By doing this work, you are not just changing your circumstance. You are changing your very. You are stepping into the flow of life.
Sorry.
And allowing
No,
all
please,
the good that is meant for you to finally find its way home.